This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. Then as we talk about the twin catastrophes that rock Haiti, natural and political, we'll move on to the U.S. policy in Haiti and what the United States does with Haitian refugees, like Edwidge Danticat's uncle, who died in custody at the Crone Detention Center in Florida. And then we'll look at the broader picture of immigration in this country. Stay with us.
Pas fait fait pour faire manger. Tout c'est ça yo ka fait tousser. Si nous en figuine de l'eau couler, c'est pas crier n'a pas crier. Nous sommes la conscience qui campait, qui marchait cap analyser, vent la fille qui voulait méchanceté. La fille dit m'la qui saurait ou tendait. La fille c'est maîtresse Sky qui commandait. La fille pas quitter la personne fâchée pour l'ouvrir porte là pour les foutre forcer ou aller. La personne quand zo plusieurs fois là sous les liés en détoie pas sopitation pas l'issel ou parti ou gantan koulika ti Jean-Marie ti Nicolas qui t'a ka fait le marché au pas. La personne comme ça veut dire la vie détruite pour bailler la vie pas ka perdre ça pas perdre. La fille dit m'la qui aurait ou tendait. La fille c'est maîtresse Sky qui commandait. La fille pas quitter la personne fâchée pour l'ouvrir porte là pour les foutre forcer ou aller. La personne connaît la victoire pour respect la vie pour les droits. C'est bagaille qui gagne gros combat.
Mana Charlemagne, he is the former mayor of Port-au-Prince. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Sharif Abdel-Qaddous. Our guests are Edwidge Danticat, the great Haitian-American novelist. She's speaking to us from Miami, which has one of the largest Haitian populations in the United States, along with here in New York, especially in Brooklyn. And we're joined from Kim Ives from Brooklyn, who is a journalist with the newspaper Haiti Liberté. Kim, can you read us some of the tweets that you're getting right now from Haiti?
Most of the tweets have been coming from Richard Morse, a musician and manager of the Olofsson Hotel, the historic Olofsson Hotel in Port-au-Prince. He has been keeping people abreast, talking about the buildings falling down. If the Montana Hotel and Hotel Christopher are gone, I don't know where the UN leadership is. That was 28 minutes ago. Hotel Christopher and Montana are flattened, said from an eyewitness. Rumors are that Montana has fallen. The Castle d'Haïti, which is a landmark which was on the mountain right behind the Olofsson, is, according to him, a pile of rubble.
As is the UN compound you were saying, where the UN peacekeepers, mainly Brazilian, were stationed. Is this MINUSTA?
The Hotel Christopher, yes. The MINUSTA was stationed in Hotel Christopher, which has apparently been totally destroyed. He spoke of hearing in the streets, particularly in Carrefour neighborhood, which is right around the Olofsson, people singing and praying loudly in the streets and wailing. The wall of the Olofsson fell down on somebody and killed them. So there have been just thousands. I think that it's not a question of thousands, it's how many thousands, and if it's even tens of thousands of people who will have died.
And the palace is devastated.
And yes, the palace, as you can see, is, they said damaged, but it's completely going to have to be raised. It's on its knees. It's halfway the roof. The palace was built by the U.S. Marines about a century ago in 1915 after the original was burned in 1912. And so this has always been sort of a hallmark of Haiti.
And can you explain why are there UN peacekeepers deployed on the ground? Explain for people. We had the ouster of the democratically elected President Jean-Bertrand Aristide in 2004. Where does it stand politically right now in Haiti?
Well, the UN occupation is extremely unpopular. This was sent in after Aristide was removed by a plot, essentially, by the U.S., France, and Canada on February 29, 2004. U.S., France, and Canada sent in occupation troops, which remained there for 3 months, and then they handed off the mission to the UN, as they've done in the past, in 1995 in particular, to the UN to carry out. That's mainly done by the Brazilians are heading that. And but it's extremely unwelcome. People are sick and tired of the millions being spent having guys riding around in giant tanks pointing guns at them. And you know, essentially this is a force to keep the country bottled up. And I don't know what's going to happen now, because the dogs of madness are going to be unleashed by this catastrophe.
I want to read a statement that was just released by the former president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide. He said, "My wife and I stand with the people of our country and mourn the death and destruction that has befallen Haiti. It's a tragedy that defies expression, a tragedy that compels all people to the highest levels of human compassion and solidarity. From Africa, the ancestral home of Haiti, we send our profoundest condolences and love to the thousands of children, mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters worst affected." Where in Africa right now is he speaking from?
He is in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and this is one of the things. Aristide is being kept in exile, even now under the Obama administration, being kept out of the hemisphere. Apparently, he's gotten tremendous pressure since he went on the radio on November 25th and spoke out against the exclusionary elections that the Haitian government is trying to carry out, where the Lavalas family party, the country's largest, the party he founded, has been excluded from those elections, along with 14 other parties. Now he's stuck in South Africa. He has no passport, which has long since expired. He has no laissez-passer, which he asked for explicitly in that radio address. And he should be invited. In fact, he should be brought back to help heal the country. I mean, the Haitian ambassador to the U.S., Ray Joseph, who was a participant in the coup d'etat, has called for unity. I think if ever there was a moment when the Haitian government could now demonstrate unity, it would be now, in allowing Aristide to come back, which has been one of the principal demands of the Haitian people over these past 5 years.
When we asked about the history, 1915 to 34, 1991, explain the significance of these dates.
1915 to 1934 was the first U.S. Marine occupation carried out under Woodrow Wilson, and finally during the administration of FDR it was ended. In 91, Jean-Bertrand Aristide was inaugurated, and
as the first elected president.
Yes, the first democratically elected president. 8 months later, he was overthrown by a U.S. CIA-backed coup. He remained 3 years in exile. They thought the coup could be somehow consolidated. It wasn't. The resistance to it continued during that period. Finally, Clinton was forced to bring in 20,000 U.S. troops, not to stop the coup, really, but to stop a revolution, which was in the making because of that coup.
Which would lead to immigrants coming into the United States.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, the immigrants were being forced out by the coup. If there were a revolution in Haiti, maybe the flow would reverse. But the fact is, the Clinton administration brought Aristide back as a sort of hostage on the shoulders of 20,000 U.S. troops, and they remained until about 1999. He was reelected in 2000. They met again. Immediately started a coup when he was inaugurated in February 7, 2001, involving Contras based in the Dominican Republic, and diplomatic and economic embargoes and all the whole works. They forced him out at gunpoint. Essentially, a team of U.S. Navy SEALs came in and kidnapped him from his home in Tabar on February 29, 2004, and he's been in exile ever since.
And speaking of immigration, what is the status right now of immigrants in this country, Haitian refugees? There was a final act by President Bush before President Obama took office. Explain the situation right now.
There's been a big push for what's called temporary protected status, where if a country is struck by a natural disaster or tremendous political upheaval, people can receive a status in this country. It's renewable every 6 months, where they won't be deported. The Bush administration, as one of its final acts, did not refuse that status for Haitians. Everybody thought that Obama, when he came in, would...
How many were affected?
30,000. 30,000 Haitians are due to be deported, and they are in detention centers, many of them.